Hi, welcome back. We're about to carry on with Vampire the Masquerade. You can hear the beautiful music from it in the background. Which is fantastic. So, where were we last? Oh yes. We ended it last time because my fiance decided he wanted to go to bed, and I'm currently recording this in our bedroom because this is my computer setup is in our bedroom. He's got an office downstairs that he shares with the dogs. And that means that the only place that my computer could go was in one of the two rooms, but we currently have babies in a room each, so there's no spare rooms for me to set up as my own office. And the office downstairs just won't fit an extra desk in there at this time, considering getting an extension. So, you never know. Where we were last time is we were looking into the plague bearer. More fun with pestilence. Damsel has informed you that there is more than one plague bearer in the city and they all need to be destroyed. She had previously suggested talking to some of the bums around the city. We ran around the city trying to speak to anyone who was homeless, and none of them were allowing me to have conversations with them. It was all about just the normal ramblings that they would give me. Obviously we have Pisha wants us to get 2 occult items from her, one from the museum and one from the Giovanni mansion. Later we're going to get quests that send us to those 2 locations so we can, while we're there, look for the fetish and look for the book. And calling Dr. Grout, the prince wants you to contact Alistair Grout, the Malkavian Primogen. You should try looking for him in his mansion on the outskirts of town. That's fine, we can do that one and we can do this one. We're currently in the sewers because the last time we spoke to a homeless person, they said that the person came out of the sewers to get them. Okay. So, quest that we got from Santa Monica. Mud hunt, we have found the shredded body of Milton at the abandoned warehouse. But Durban was nowhere to be found. You did find a key to the Lucky Star Motel though. So that's where we found... that's when we went to the Skyline Apartments, and we went into that guy's house, and there was a recording for them saying, "I want to meet with you." They went to meet up with the guy. Apparently he didn't show up. I can't remember the name of the guy who isn't Milton. Durban, okay. Durban left to go and phone the guy they were supposed to be meeting up with, and he didn't return. But in the meantime, in the Carnival of Death saga, because these two are linked, you talk to a homeless guy inside an abandoned warehouse, the scene of the latest grisly murder. He witnessed the killing and told you that the killer grew claws and ripped the victim apart while saying something about revenge. So we can't carry that one on until we can go to Lucky Star Motel, which is in the next area in Hollywood, and as you can see, nothing there because we haven't been there yet. So more fun with pestilence. We're in the sewers because the first time we spoke to a homeless person about being sick, that was Billy, the poor guy who died in the alleyway where he lived, said that someone popped up out of the sewers next to where he lived, and I've just remembered, I think I get given a key to access it. There's a door somewhere in here. This is it. We can't unlock it and we can't try and lockpick it. I just remembered we get given the key to go in there, or we go in the other side and manage to find our way back into the sewers from here. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure for former pestilence we have to do something else to find out where the plague bearer is. So I can't remember what. So this is going to be fun. I'll probably stumble across it doing other quests and talking to people, because we're just gonna be really friendly and make friends with everyone and talk to absolutely everyone. This is what I do in the real world, so why wouldn't I do it in game? Probably because I'm a Malkavian who is dressed as a cowboy, wearing assless chaps in, you know, the middle of the streets. I wonder if this is the norm for downtown. They just expect... Well, I know it's not, because we've seen everyone else dresses in suits or gothic clothing and hangs out at Club Confession. Okay. Sanguinetti. Fancy... Doesn't matter? Does it matter? It doesn't, but I still want to try and read it. I wonder who did all the graffiti and things like that. Okay. So we wanted to go to Alistair Grout's mansion for the prince. Do we have any experience points? Fuck me, we do. So I think we want perception, because perception helps ranged and inspection, and we definitely want to do that. And then we still have 4 left, which means we can pop something somewhere down here. How much is that going to cost me? 10, 6, 3 for subterfuge, 4 for stamina, dexterity and strength. See, I don't know whether I want to up strength, dexterity and stamina, because when you use blood buff it maxes them out. I don't know if blood buff, can we read up on blood buff? Is it back on my character sheet? I don't think we can read up on blood buff here. We're gonna do a Google. Blood buff vampire the Masquerade. Hi again. So I accidentally stopped you from seeing where I was, because when I was typing I accidentally hit the key that stops recording, which was fun, and I didn't notice for about 40 minutes. So we're back here. After googling what blood buff does, I then just decided to go into my character sheet, check lockpicking, then hit blood buff, then check lockpicking again. Lockpicking went up by 3 because my dexterity can only max out by adding 3. So it just maxes what you currently have. So we either spend our skill points in strength, dexterity and stamina, and then we don't have to rely on blood buff, or we use blood buff and we get to save our experience points and put them in different places. So instead of upping strength, we can up melee and brawl. Instead of upping dexterity, we can up security for lockpicking, and stealth for sneaking. And that way we can still use blood buff and rely on it, but that does mean that we have to use blood. So we have to continually make sure that we have enough blood, which is fine in some areas because there's plenty of people to eat, and then in other areas there's a lot of vampires and you can't just keep your blood up. So we'll see how we get on. I'm considering just leaving strength, dexterity and stamina so that we get the most out of blood buff that we can. I think dexterity is only being upped by us reading a book anyway, it's not been upped by us paying for it. So we're about to go into this mansion. After 6 it costs 9, so I could up my firearms. What else is in ranged perception? Oh, perception might be more worthwhile because we have been using inspection as well, which gives us those sparkly lights to let us know that there are things that we can find. If you don't have a high inspection, you would get those sparkly lights on things that aren't obvious but you need to progress, like when we were going through the warehouse. There was a plank of wood that we would have to move. That will sparkle for anyone, because if you don't move it, you can't progress. So, see, I'm a little nervous now, which is why I keep checking to see that it's saying stop recording instead of start recording, because if it says start recording, I've buggered up somehow. Nines. Here he is.
You. What are you doing here?
Heave the number named. Wandering the mystical maze of my mind. Just hoofing around the hood. Heave the numbered name. Wandering the mystical maze of my mind. So heave the numbered name.
No.
Words are a little wobbly.
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
What secret's within those walls? And he just walks away because he's rude. I have done so much with this mansion that I now have to come back and do again. So instead we're going to enjoy the view. Look how beautiful this mansion is. Look at it. It is humongous. Mansion is a correct title for this place. He clearly has a wing at every compass point. North, south, east, west, southeast, southwest. All these towers. It's also beautifully painted with these hues of blue going on. Look at that crest. It's just so pretty. And then you can see all of the shittier mansions in the background. To Grout, they are the plebs. To me, I look up at their mansions and think they're beautiful, let alone Grout's mansion. Okay, so Grout's mansion. I don't even need to explain. Here is a lady who's having a bit of a breakdown. We can just eat her because not only is the gun at the top of our health bar, which means go wild, eat everyone. You don't need to worry about breaking the Masquerade, but these people are also probably being put out of their misery because Grout has made them demented. He's left audio things around, which I think we want a gun because he gives me a lot of aggravated damage. We also want to blood buff it because it gives us much better shooting skill. Oh shit. He's fast as well. Nah. Okay. 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 And I made it in such a short space as well. I didn't have to do that because this is massive. So let's get a knife or an arm. Let's beat them with arms. Beat you. Is he stuck behind the wall? That's fine because he's the... No, I don't like you. I was going to say, he's the one that sort of instigates things. These ladies would have been happy to just passively stand by while I ate them. No! Do not die here. Not having that happen. Not okay with this. Do I want a knife? I think I do. She died. No! And then I died. And then I died. Not a fan. I have to be careful where I save now. Where I open. I think I want to load the exterior of the mansion because I progressed a fair amount. And I obviously want you guys to be able to see. Let's choose different options because he responds differently. So, wandering the mystical maze of my mind.
No.
He doesn't. Do you seek the missing Malkavian?
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Okay, so basically he didn't change what he was saying at all because he's not Knives. I forgot that we're dressed in such a stupid manner. Do you know, if assless chaps and cowboy hats are your thing, you do you, boo. But maybe not just wandering around the city. Okay, so as you see, these ladies are happy to just stand by and sort of do their own thing. Their own thing is usually having a bit of a nervous breakdown. So we're going to eat this lady, if we can, before... No, he got here. He got here very quick. Right, let's get rid of him. Well, we can get rid of anyone because they've all got quite lethal damage. Right, he's dead. Before, I was being too kind, I think. Is everyone else dead? Yes, so you're a snack. Okay. Maybe you're not a snack. Maybe you just have to die. We'll find more weeping ladies, I think. I know, because I've just played through it. Okay, so we get these wonderful things. I'm not sure what order they're supposed to be played in.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintelism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear. Okay, so, as you already know, this is the Malkavian, I want to say Primogen, but that could be wrong. Because he's decided that in his mansion, he's going to essentially have an insane asylum where he makes people insane, or he picks up people from an insane asylum and studies them in his home, which is why we have these gentlemen in clawed outfits and gimp masks and these ladies with Hannibal Lecter masks, let's be fair. So before we listen to his recording over there, we have to do this little puzzle. Perception at once shapes the mind and rules over time. Time, however, erodes human perception, and then in turn warps the mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. With harmony, progress is made. So, what we want to do is keep an eye on perception, mind, and time, because I just gotta stop pressing escape. This is the mind, this is time, and this is perception. Perception is lit, so we had perception shapes the mind and rules over time. Stop it. So it's perception's lit, we want a light mind, and then we want a light time. Okay, so then in the next group, it's time, however, erodes human perception, and then in turn warps mind. So it's time, perception, mind. Time's in the middle, stop pressing escape. Time,
perception, mind. Okay. Time, perception, mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. Mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. So it's perception, time, and mind. Perception, time, mind. I did something wrong. Okay, so let's go back. So perception once shapes the mind and rules over time. Perception, mind, time. I did this the first time. The first time I did this, I did it without any problems. Now that I'm recording and I'm being watched by people and making sure I'm still recording because I don't trust it, I'm fucking it up. Perception, mind, time. Stop pressing escape. Perception, mind, time. So this time we'll pull it. Perception. Okay, so clearly I just hadn't pulled the right lever. Okay, so now we can listen to some more of Growl.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychosis, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized. Like a newborn baby.
Can you just eat him?
I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be ready.
So he's tried to replicate the climate of an insane asylum within his own home by either using his Malkavian abilities of Dimension. It is called Dimension, isn't it? Let's just quickly save the game and call it Dimension. Dimension. So, yes, Dimension. We can cause hysteria. Have you ever seen the film Hysteria? Because it's brilliant. And you should watch it. It's about in the Victorian era when people used to believe women got hysterical because the womb roams around the body and affects the mind, causing hysteria. Brilliant. Absolute madness. So women used to go to the doctor to be treated for hysteria, and the treatment was that a doctor would masturbate you. What a time to be alive. Mass hallucination, that's what we currently have. Mass hallucination, I think, is a thing in the real world. I think people can suffer from mass hallucination. Actually, it's been present in a murder. Let me do a quick Google so that I know the names of the family. Otherwise, it will just come across as babbling. There was a family that suffered from mass hallucination. Mass hallucination. And basically what happened was they upped and left their family ranch or farm, all believing that they were about to be murdered or the bizarre outbreak of hallucinations in Oregon. Psychology Today. Mass psychogenic illness. Okay. It's not coming up with the thing I want. Is it the Trump family? The mystery of a tech-free road trip gone wrong? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it's them. Anyway, back to the game. There was a family. I can't remember if one of the family members murdered another family member and then convinced everyone else that a murderer was after them, and all of them just believed it and hallucinated that they'd seen this rogue person come into the house and kill their mother or father or whoever, and just decided to up and leave, and people became worried, thinking they'd been kidnapped. So went looking for them, and it caused a bit of a stir. Oh, here we go. Yeah, people went to find out what had happened, and they all 100% believed that they were under attack somehow and going to be murdered, and that horrific things were going to happen to them. So they suffered from mass hallucination. So it's a real world thing that actually happens. But if you're Malkavian, you can force it to happen in people. Which is where I was going with this tale of madness. Is that we're in a Malkavian mansion, and it seems like that's what he's done. He's got people into this room together and gone, mass hallucination. So let's continue listening to his recordings. I don't know if listening to all of them makes it make sense, and he at one point explains, because I can't remember this too well. But they're fascinating nonetheless, and he uses really beautiful, poetic, flowery language, so we're going to listen to him.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my
There's another one right there.
Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen. What I would give for just one interview, a few simple questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals. The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess.
I love how he just... Someone gnawed their arm off, escaped into the walls, very much like that movie. Oh, what's it called? The really religious family, and they foster children, and then they, like, if they do something against their sort of religious ideas, like if they see too much, they blind them. If they hear too much, they deafen them. If they speak too much, they remove their tongues. And then they're looking after this little girl, and she starts speaking to one of the children from the neighborhood, and then they decide that she's unclean and give her a boiling hot bath. But there's a kid who's had his tongue removed, who's in the walls, who's helping her, and she feeds him, but she doesn't let her mum and dad know that she's feeding him. But he scurries about the walls and helps her while making gurgling noises in the walls. And it's a beautifully tragic, horrible, strange movie that I actually adore. And it just reminds me of this.
My studies proceed at a lengthy pace. I'm mired in foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Gazing from the tower walk, so that's clearly this. And it is beautiful. Look at the moon. Look at the skyline. I mean, I know it's been created to be beautiful. But how nice would it be to have a mansion just overlooking everything? And then the skyscrapers in the distance. And then you see all the mansions of the neighbours on the other side. It would be beautiful to have a tower walk. Somewhere that's outside, that's like completely safe, where you can just lie and gaze at the stars. Oh my arse crack. Wow. What a beautiful sight to behold. Just, can you feel the love? There's 2 moons out tonight. So, after that strange moment, oh goodness me, the fun we have. Let's eat this lady. You don't have to listen to me, you just have to become a snack. Still checking that I'm recording because I don't trust myself after the last time. Yeah, when I googled blood buff, it literally just said, this gives you a bonus to your dexterity and strength and stamina. And that's all it said. So I had to literally check myself whether it maxes things for you. Right, so let's see if we can coax him out. Because he'll set everyone else off. In the room. Oh, shit. Now they've all been set off. Shut the door, shut the door. He's back. He's just staring. Like a strange gentleman. Okay, so there's should be another 3, 2. Alright. Get out the way. Here we go. Are you the only one? Because if you are, I'm going to eat you. Heal myself up again. I think there's another one in the room. No? Yes? No? Okay, I think this is the room that leads back to the main room. Yeah, this is the room we first came in on. It looks like these people have been made insane and then left to their own devices in this building to eat each other or do whatever else. Right, there's a beautiful sound recording there. Let's just see if we can go the opposite way before we go through there. We came in that way, okay. So we came in here, that links back, that links back. Do we want to go this way? That's the way with the gramophone, so maybe... And that's locked, so yes. So we're probably going to have to go into the gramophone room to find our way into that room. Okay. Okay, so this is what I mean. If the guy isn't in the room, I can literally just feed on this woman. She's happy to be fed on. She'll just stand there and take it. And then the other woman doesn't have a problem with anything. She just stands there and waits for me to eat her too. Which is marvellous because I don't have to fight them. And sustain damage. I've just realised we got some experience points. What did we want to up? Research, but that's going to cost 9. Research is also intelligence. 9 or 8. And intelligence also ups my intimidate. Not that I need to intimidate anyone. My scholarship ups. My persuasion, not that I need to persuade anyone, but it's nice to have. I wonder why I have manipulation. That helps me haggle. What else helps me haggle? Finance. So we want to either up scholarship or intelligence. Intelligence, I think, is cheaper than scholarship at the moment. Yeah, by 1. So we want to wait until we've got 8. Okay.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and
there's one of them.
dogma that would make a tough balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the king's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction, so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure.
Okay, so this room, because we have such a high inspection skill, this was lit up for us to let us know, look, this is a switch, come and pull it, you fool. If you don't have high inspection, you don't know that, so you have to go, when you've killed those women and you look into this mirror, you notice there's 2 women on this side still alive, so it must be another room. How do I get into there? Come to the fireplace and there's a switch. So there's just a tiny bit more effort you have to put in if you don't have inspection. Okay, so this is where I got up to. So this is where that ladder leads to, is up here. You have to put in a tiny bit more effort if you don't have inspection. High inspection skill. We will see, however, that there is it's not showing up for me. Did I open my inspection last time? Oh, there it is. This book. I don't know if that glows anyway. I think it does, because you have to progress. You have to do it to progress. Ooh, things and stuff. Chaos, like the mind, can be understood only through the scientific process. So we need chaos, mind, and science. So I assume that's chaos. It's a key. Oh shit. So chaos, key, scales. Chaos, keys, key, and scales. Chaos, like the mind, can be understood only through the scientific process. Order, however, is only as good as perception thereof. Time is the key that links the two and bears witness to the ebb and flow. So chaos, obviously that's law and order, Manda, so the scales are order. So we got chaos, order, key. Chaos, order, key. Chaos, order, key. No? Chaos, like the mind, can be understood only through the scientific process. Order, however, is only as good as the perception thereof. Time is the key that links the two and bears witness. And bears witness the ebb and flow. Stop pressing escape! But I am also going to save the game. I'm getting sick of myself. Okay, so let's read this again. Chaos, order, key. That has got to be chaos. That's order. That's key. Key. Just gonna press things now. They're all lit now. You'd think that'd do something.
I have accepted the role of Primogen.
Primogen, I was right.
Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old, or poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance, when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter. For I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason.
So this one has gone
have such honey-tongued tempers. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
I love how he's mocking how poetic vampires are and how they believe such poppycock nonsense and all that jazz. But the language he uses is always very beautiful. And this should be the last one. No? Yes? Maybe? Do I need to somehow get under there? I'm afraid. I'm afraid to do that. I've just turned this one off. I think that'll turn something back on. No? It's fine. Okay. I can run around actually now that... No. No. I'm pretty sure I've done all of them. Hang on, that's the door I came in on, right? Yes, because there's a guy's body. So I only need to get through to here anyway. And this opens a door. Don't remember where that door is. Oh, I've got an experience for it though. Is that the original place? Yeah, here we go. We're back at the beginning. So it'll be the doors at the top. Am I not crouching? No, okay. That could be why I'm not getting through. So in here, those main doors? These doors? I'm confused. Yes, it is, okay. Clan Ventrue. From time out of mind, the Ventrue has been the clan of leadership. Ah, okay, so I'm gonna save the game. We're through. I mean, I'm Malkavian, so that would have been fine. Madness is my thing. Do 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 do. I love this music. I love a lot of. Oh, can you not get through? Well, that's fine by me because I have guns. And what I'm going to do is use my blood buff. Oh, not a fan of this gun. Some kickback there. You're kind of bad. Blood buff is not helping with guns at this point in time, I don't think. Huh. Let's get this old trusty thing. Alright, darling. Oh, very sorry. Okay, come on. Oh! This is doing some beautiful damage. Right, does blood buff help me in damage? No, it does not. But maybe it helps me in shots. Yep, this way. Hello. Come on. I love how it tells me, you've been noticed. If you move, you'll be noticed even more. I've shot someone in the face. I think they noticed. Oh, can you just stay still? Like, I know you're trying to live, but you're irritating. There we go. There we go. So that was a lot of shooting. Laboratory refrigerator key. I assume this isn't the laboratory? No? No. Okay. Let's listen some more. And I'm going to save, and we're just going to call it we're through again. Okay. We're through.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of fearless or theirs. The voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampiric peers, for they have proven themselves true predators to whom I could be loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen. The information the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightening. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
Yeah, I knew that you had to come through the doors eventually, but I did want to eat in the meantime. One attack from you is really lethal. Where is she? There she is. Right, shut up and let me eat you. This is breakable, don't you know? Oh, it's a door. Right, okay. Let's find out what's going on in it. Oh, morphine. Yes, please. I wonder what's through this door. Oh my god, imagine being trapped in that bloody cell. Ooh. Apparently there's something on the floor here. Okay. No? Yes? No? Maybe? Just pressing E at the air. Okay. Okay. So, probably going to want a weapon. I'm just exploring this bit. I don't think we actually need to go here. Oh, shit balls. I shouldn't have just come here, should I? Right, the highest I was getting from shooting was 16. The highest I've got from using this knife is 18. So, knives may be the way to go. Although it does mean that I can get closer to them and they can give me some aggravated damage. That's a knife. I've already got one of those, so it's not going to let me take it. Oh dear. So these people have clearly been left to fend for themselves and are just killing each other because they're not sane enough to realise that, you know, this is another human, or they think that they're under attack or something, because there's a lot of corpses and there's a lot of people missing limbs and things. So it's quite a devastating and horrific position to put someone in. Jesus. Especially if he's made them insane. Like, I could understand if he took insane people in to try and cure them, which is apparently what he's trying to do, because he's trying to find out if he can cure he and his wife. Oh, hang on. Did I go through... Okay. Did I... Okay. So, it looks like the people have been imprisoned as well. Okay, so I've just gone round and killed everyone. Apparently, for reasons. Oh, this is a viewing platform where he can watch them in their cells. Oh, this is so voyeuristic. I mean, he's studying them, I understand, but... Oh, that's the one that was really, like, can you imagine being stuck in there? Just constant flickering light. Apparently just... Ah, so it was just a secret compartment that he was able to... There's nothing there, stop pretending there is. It was just a secret compartment that he came out. So I started here, I came through here, I've gone through there and looked at the viewing platforms. I've been in every one of these rooms, followed this round, followed this round. Have I been through here? I think I have. Right, so this must be the next, the last place to go, and then I should be able to climb this. Yes, to get up here. Is this not a thing I need to do? Because it looks like a thing I need to do. Yeah, it does. Tightrope walk-it. Just be a little more careful. It's really hard because you can't tell where her legs are supposed to be. She doesn't do some sort of tightrope walking animation to let you know that. Alright, dude, I don't want to fall back into this pit, so move back. Heal the damage that you just did. Okay, let's listen in.
The voices have increased in frequency and direction of late. They have begun to stay with me long after conversation has ceased and are serving as quite a distraction. I fear others are beginning to notice my preoccupation at the vampire gatherings. I am thinking again of the particular vampire of whom I spoke previously, who I dare not name for my growing fear. If the voices are to be believed, then my caution is warranted, for they speak of his blackest crimes, both past and future. More than once, I have seen the suspicion in his eyes and heard the distrust in his voice when speaking with me. The fear must register on my face, as it is all I can do in these moments to keep from crying out in chorus with the voices.
So, his insanity is in fact affecting his social life. Which, you know, it would. If you can't tell which voices are real which one's fake. And they talk of the past and the future.
I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence will no doubt draw attention, but I could no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out in me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. The cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
Here's his wife, who he is like somehow suspended in animation. Poor woman. It's very Dr. Freeze. And she's also being used as some sort of mechanism for the house. There's a rose for her, a picture of the two of them together, I assume. A portrait of the both of them. Broken pocket watch. A brain. Okay. A stuffed bunny and it's either empty or it's a blood splatter or something of that ilk. Is it supposed to be a moth or something? It looks 3D. What's it supposed to be? Z. I can't tell. What are you? Is it a small animal of some kind? I don't know. A knife. Or a gun. Okay. Oh dear. He's been staked and left to see the sun because he is ash. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I forgot this happens immediately. Let me just save. Explosion.
By the flames!
Croft is no longer a corpse. He is ash. Croft's killer, you're not mine.
Out is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
Where are your manners? How about an introduction? Got a time frame on that one? Stay there, I've got something I want to show you. Your heart. Where are your manners?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the Archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
Much talk, little sense. Right, I don't think we can actually do anything to get him. But what we can do is escape. So, oh shit, there's a maniac on fire. And he's dead. Yeah, so you can obviously pull this lever. No, it doesn't do anything. So we can go this way to escape the fire. Fuck, I don't want to be on fire. I don't want to be on fire. Where did you guys come from? I ask. An insane person who can't tell me anything anyway. Just die! Jesus. Inventory. I need the Elder Vitae. Am I still on fire? Yes, apparently so. Come on, open. Oh. Can't go that way. Can go this way. Okay. Oh shit. Oh. Fuck's sake. So irritating. There's one that's not on fire. No, he is on fire. I would rather not. Thank you. That's my way out. Nope. Oh. Nope. 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 Oh shit. Yes. And that's how I get out. Through the window. Oh yeah. Sexy vampire style. Okay. Okay, let's maybe not have a gun out whilst we're trying to walk the streets. Hey, you okay? Come stop. The fiancé is walking and he has spoken, so we end it here. See you again, bye.